Hello and welcome back to the Footballing Question podcast. This is season 4, episode 4 now. Let's just get straight into it. Boys, we went to the England women's game last week. England women versus Czech Republic women. 0-0 was the final score. But the first question of the episode is, who is your favourite player in the WSL right now?
I think a lot of our answers are going to be based off watching that game.
Yeah, probably.
That is pretty much the extent of our knowledge when it comes to women's football. I know who he's going to be, right? It's pretty obvious. I'm not going to say it. So I've gone with a backup answer. I always have to predict with Isaac. So I've gone with Lauren James. Okay. She was insane against Czech Republic. Well, not insane. They drew 0-0, but I think she was the best player on the pitch by far until his player came on. But yeah, she played against Everton on the weekend. Chelsea are third in the WSL. She hit the post against Czech Republic. Superb. Her brother's not as good.
Isaac?
I think he's correctly predicted who mine is. I'm not going to go into it too much, but I did not base this on the game at all, because if I base it on the game, none would be my favourite. It's one of my worst footballing experiences. The only worst game I've been to is losing 1-0 to Chelsea in January of 2016. I hate a 0-0. I go to games to watch football. That's why I support Arsenal and not Burnley. But like,
we were on the TV.
Wow.
This player, yeah, we're on the TV, which is great. But this player, I like them not because of that game, because of what they've done in football other than that game, for their club, for their country. I'm going with Beth Mead, player of the tournament at the Euros, top scorer at the Euros, top assist at the Euros, Ballon d'Or nominee. She's number 9 for Arsenal, banging in goals. You see like the finishes she comes up with. I mean, last season I remember she scored a free kick against Brighton, and it was just like prime techers. Like she has that finesse shot on point. She uses RT when she clicks. Oh, beautiful! What a player, Beth Mead, baller.
Well, I'm pretty sure that was the first time you actually said
her name. Yeah, right at the end.
You were listing off all the accomplishments.
I think had I not?
I'm pretty
No,
sure
you were just describing the player, and then you went Beth Mead.
It's Beth Mead. Seriously, when I said top scorer at the Euros, I should have done it.
Yes.
That should have done it.
Like, 3 goals and 2 assists in the WSL this season as well.
Balling.
Not bad.
Prime
Jordan
baller.
beat that.
Oh wait, hold on. Also, she's extremely versatile. Plays up front, plays on the wing. You saw she came on the wing, made a difference. She takes set pieces as well.
This is meant to be the quick one. This isn't the debate.
I know, but I wanted to get squeezing as much as I could.
I've gone Ellertoon. Man United, England, scored 2 goals at the weekend against Brighton. Man United's leading appearance maker and goal scorer. Had to be done, really.
Yep.
Nice and easy.
Yep, nice and easy. I mean, it's the worst one, but we're not debating.
Wow.
I'm not going to lie. I think yours is definitely the worst one.
Mine?
Yes.
Right.
Anyway.
Did Laura James make the England squad in the summer?
No,
exactly.
She's fresh on the scene, isn't she?
I did. And both of them scored at the Euros. Ellerton scored in the final. Exactly, so you're in the mud.
I knew that.
Right, let's go on to talk about some of the results from the weekend. The first game I've got written down here is actually Brentford 2, Brighton 0. You're actually in your Brighton kit.
Now, obviously, I said I want to get a Brighton kit. We live in Brighton. I want to get it before I leave. Last week, I got the chance. Got my Brighton shirt. I've got Danny Welbeck on the back. I don't want to do the spin around because it'll be awkward sitting on this couch.
Fun now.
Go on, quickly.
Fun.
Just quickly. There you go. Let's hope that's on camera. But
it's definitely
going to just be his arse on the.
It's just But like, with that, obviously, I kind of have a soft spot for Brighton. I think we all do. Living it, it's just like nice because they're a really inoffensive club.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'd like that, saying that they're just nice. But they played Brentford. Both of them looking good, you know, at the moment. Brentford looking hot with Tony on rocket form, and he continued that, you know. And really, just you expect a bit more from Brighton. You expect a bit more. You always feel like they turn up more against the big six than teams around them.
Yeah.
Certainly at the moment. Ivan Toney's goal was really, really nice. His penalty as well was decent.
He's just a nice player.
Yeah, he's got a really good record from the spot as well, hasn't he?
Brilliant record from the spot. I mean, obviously, I've noticed that ever since he scored in the player final. He's just been, you know, he doesn't miss from the spot.
A great
I've
striker.
got a couple of talking points. Firstly, Deserby.
That's too early to be questioning him, and also, his first game was a brilliant draw at Anfield.
Hold on, he's still yet to get a win as Brighton manager yet, though.
2 games.
2 games. Unai Emery was given a long time, and he lost his first 2 games.
I'm just saying. Do we need to just go? Who's he going to get his first win against?
I'll be honest. I think with Potter, they lost games like this.
Yeah.
And they did they win on XG? Because if so, then there's nothing to be ashamed of, because that's just an ordinary Brighton performance. I don't think
don't take this.
They probably didn't win on XG, but
don't take this as me going, oh, he should get the sack.
Asking the question this early.
I'm just saying he's yet to get a win as Brighton manager, which is a fact.
He hasn't played a home game in the Premier League yet.
But
he has Tottenham. Yeah, but then again,
it's been 3 games.
Liverpool and Tottenham. Realistically, you're going in both of those games not as the favourite, and then you've got Brentford away. You know, it's a tough start. His first 2 games are tough, and I think that Liverpool performance was so impressive in terms of the way he attacked. I think this question shouldn't even be put in.
Yeah, he's also come into
it's not a question.
He also hasn't managed for a year.
Exactly.
Because of certain circumstances.
I saw a comment from a Brighton fan, and they gave Potter plenty more time, much more time than this anyway, so I think it's only fair if they do.
Yeah.
Forest next as well.
Yeah, Forest tomorrow.
Winnable game, definitely.
And then Man City, Chelsea, Wolves, and then Arsenal in the FA Cup.
They might have a tough end of the half season before the World Cup, but I think they'll back him. I think he'll do well, Brighton.
Secondly, Ivan Toney. Do you think he has booked his place at the World Cup?
I mean, he only just got his first call-up. I think that should have been his third call-up or something. I think he's been balling for a while. And really, you look at the strikers we got. Kane's on the plane. He's the captain, top scorer. He's there.
Other than Kane, he is the best performer.
I was going to say, is he our backup? Who else? Because Bamford isn't really up there.
Bamford's not in there. He's not fit.
Tammy Abraham?
Yeah.
Tammy's... He's doing all right, but he's not as good as he was doing maybe early on last year. He started at Roma so well and he's kind of dropped off a tiny bit. Calvert-Lewin was the set number 2, and then just his career's just gone from 10 to 0 instantly.
I mean, Nketiah's obviously up there as well.
Yeah,
don't forget him.
To be fair, I think I'm not gonna lie. If Eddie Nketiah holds off for a few years on defecting to, I think, Ghana, I think he could sneak in maybe in a few years' time a call up. Not as number 1, obviously, but if he. Look, why are you putting out a face? Eddie Nketiah's a good player. He's probably. I think he'll realistically.
He's not getting a call up in the next few years. I don't think.
I think he could.
I think he's better off going over to Ghana.
Yeah, and if it was you, would you waste 3 years of your career just to get one call up as a number 2 for England? I'd go to Ghana.
No, I would do anything to wear the 3 lines for 10 seconds.
Realistically, the only game he starts in San Marino.
Yeah, but he's scoring a hat-trick. That's the thing. You got a great record then, but yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll find out about Ivan Toney at some point this week.
I think. I don't know if it's correct, but I was watching James Lawrence-Walcott and he's doing his final squad video this week, because I think on Thursday Southgate's got to announce his full squad.
Ooh,
I know. Ooh, it's exciting.
We're up for a YouTube video.
If it's not this Thursday, then it's probably imminent, realistically, because it's a month away. It's oh my god, the World Cup's in less than a month. Oh my god, when you think about it, that's actually insane.
Should we move on to another game? How about Man United versus Newcastle?
I think the big talking point was actually should we save it for our discussion later on?
I've written here a few controversial decisions, but we'll touch on that.
We'll touch on all of them later.
A tough game and a point apiece.
Regardless,
to be honest, they're two fairly big teams trying to get back onto where they used to be. It's a tough game and a point. I'm not sure it was entirely fair.
I think take refereeing decisions out of the picture. On the balance of play, I think it's a fair result. On the balance of play, on the way both teams played, the way both teams got close, I think you can say neither team dominated, and I think you can say both teams had good chances, and neither of them tucked them away. I think it's a fair result. If you get into maybe decisions, maybe you can make a different argument, but I think it looks like a fair result.
I think you can question some things, because there is one big overriding question for this. Man United were pretty dominant, 62% possession, 15 shots overall, but only 2 on target. So what is the issue there?
I mean, taking a lot of shots doesn't mean it. Where are the shots coming from? Where is this? I mean, I'm pretty sure one of the shots, which may have been counted, was when a free kick hadn't been taken, but we'll get into that later.
But you think Rashford missed a sitter? Fred missed a sitter.
I've watched the moments, and the real sitters. You have 2 clear-cut moments with Fred and Rashford. Other than that, I don't see anything clear-cut. I think Newcastle looked like they defended well for the other moments, and Newcastle moments. Really, the big talking point is the Joe Linton moment where he hits the post twice, and he should be scoring that.
Oh yeah. But I just think that there is definitely an issue at Manchester United because where are the goals coming from?
Can we briefly skim over the Wolves versus Nottingham Forest game? Because there's probably, I mean, looking into it, you know, just your book standard game. Neves gets the only goal of the match. Wolves win. Everyone's happy.
Forest miss a pen.
Forest miss a pen. My mistake. Sorry. But did you see what Forest put on their social media?
Oh,
for the game?
it was hilarious.
So it's a really well done picture. It's really well edited and everything. But it's Emmanuel Dennis sitting on the Molineux pitch playing with baby wolves. Just and then they caption it playtime. Right. Okay. There's a decent post that's quite funny. But then Nottingham Forest hierarchy, they weren't happy with it. They demanded it got taken down
as soon as they were losing.
Yeah,
they take it down.
really?
They take it down as soon as they lose.
Wow.
And then Wolves post after the game, playtime is over.
Yeah. And Neves as well managed to put it in the Wolves group chat just before kick-off, and then that was their motivation.
I'm sorry, but if you're telling me that is so all or nothing. That is so. Look at what Tony said. Like that is just
so good. But
brilliant.
Yeah, bog standard result. I think next it's the big one.
Time to shine.
Okay, I think with both our games, you didn't really watch your game because you weren't at home, you were at work, but even then you wouldn't have been able to watch it properly because we were all watching streams, because our games weren't televised for some reason, and I hate that. The Leeds Arsenal game was a pain to get the stream up in the first place, and then it was a pain to wait an hour for the game to actually go ahead, which it frustrated me to say the least. Obviously there was a power cut. That didn't help. I'll be honest, I think it affected us more than Leeds. I think because we're usually quick starters and there wasn't really a warm-up after it, which there should have been. I think you should then do a second warm-up.
Yeah,
which didn't happen, and I think that's wrong. I think the Premier League or the referees got that wrong. They should have said there should be another warm-up, and if not, cancel the game. But the game went ahead. First half, Leeds had a few chances. We created 2 chances I can remember, and we scored one of them. Really unlikely goal, but fantastic goal from Saka. And then and then second half, we come out a completely different team. Way worse performance. Leeds were all over us. We seemed to defend quite well, and then obviously Saliba has a moment where he's not focused properly. He lets the ball hit his hand. It just drops from his hand, and he knows it's a penalty. And Bamford misses it, which is fantastic.
Do you think Ramsdale would have saved that? Because he's diving that direction.
He's dived so far. If he missed it, if he didn't save that, it would have to literally go through his hand like it does in FIFA, like fully phase through.
It's not exactly a powerful penalty. That's been
he's it's just kind of stroked it wide. It's the outside the post, I think. But yeah, we got away with that.
We're back to Saka. That's his 4th goal of the season, and he's also got 4 assists in the league as well.
And people are saying he's having a quiet start.
Yeah. No,
4 goals, 4 assists in 10 games.
He's having an underrated start, but he's still putting us 4 points at top of the league. And should we go into why we are 4 points top of the league?
Yes.
Liverpool versus Manchester City, and Liverpool coming away with a 1-0 win. Controversial decisions all over the weekend, which we'll get into. But you know what? I've written here, Liverpool clearly listened to the podcast episode last week because they came out and they really went for it.
Absolutely. Yeah. They were fuming by that 164,000 views on our TikTok of Jordan ranting about Liverpool's Klopp's 7th season syndrome. But yeah, what a win.
Someone's eager to get the numbers in.
Oh, obviously. Get it to 200k, please. Yeah. Man City, in their previous 50 visits to Anfield, they've only won 3. And they've only won once since 2003. Yeah. What a win for Liverpool as well.
Yeah, I mean...
What a win for Arsenal.
What? Yeah, I'm not.
That's what I'm really saying.
The thing is, I didn't know how I'd feel if Liverpool won, because I went into the game not really bothered. It's not really hit me in my head that we're in a title race. It's not really. I don't feel like it. And then the moment Salah scored, I realised I think we're in a title race, because literally I got so excited. Emotionally, I feel like we're in a title race, because when that goal hit, I was just celebrating like mad, because it was 2 things at once. 1, that goal put us 4 points clear at the top of the table. 2, it was Invincibles Day. It stopped there and beaten run, and it keeps the Invincibles record for 1 more year, which is fantastic. And he had a very similar chance about 20 minutes earlier, which was saved, but the referees didn't notice that, and gave a goal kick, and he tucked that one away. And it's good for Salah scoring in that bigger game, because he's really struggled, but that was a calm finish. If he's going to miss one, he's not going to miss a second one, is he?
No, absolutely. Another point of that game as well. Haaland has played 4 against Liverpool and lost 4 so far. He's actually struggling against Van Dijk.
What is it? Salzburg, City.
Yeah, I think so. It's one of them was the Community Shield against Liverpool when he missed chances again.
Do we count the Community Shield?
I think we do. The thing is, yesterday was very different to the Community Shield in terms of his performance. I think Liverpool defended very well against him because they didn't let him get too many shots with his feet in the box. When you think of most of the moments he had in the box, they were with his head. And reducing him to that, even though he is a great striker, was good. They really limited it. And a lot of people make the criticism of City, well, not criticism, but like the meme that, cross it, so Holland's in there somewhere. And obviously it's a joke, they don't play like that, they play good football. But Liverpool actually reduced them to that on the weekend. It's the first time I've watched Liverpool City, and I've thought they're actually focusing on Haaland. They're not trying to score any goals other than that. And that was their downfall, I think, attacking-wise. They didn't ever look like there was any click. Like, the only times you thought they were going to score is when they crossed it to Haaland. And every time Alisson was on the end of it.
You're saying Haaland might actually be Man City's kryptonite?
No, I think if there's ever a tactic, I think this is the weirdest way to say it, but if there was a tactic to beat Man City, it's to force them to only attack through Haaland. Because then you surround him and they're just going to be like, what the hell do we do?
That's a good point.
You saying that just reminds me of Manchester United last season. Oh, Ronaldo's there somewhere, really. Like, let's just give it to Ronaldo, we'll score.
And then it limits you, and then it becomes your downfall.
Exactly.
And the thing is, City aren't a team like that. No. So for Liverpool to force that into them was brilliant. Joe Gomez was fantastic, Milner was fantastic. Defensively, Liverpool spot on. And the goal itself is just, it's great from Alisson, it's great from Salah spinning, but it's so poor from João Cancelo. It's so poor, because the weird thing is he backs off like he's going to give Salah space, and then he proceeds to rush in on him, which is just so stupid because it gives him the opportunity to just go through, and it's so poor.
Let's move on to our discussion for the episode. We are going to be talking about referees and controversial decisions, because there's been a lot over the past couple of weeks. I've got a bit of a list going on here, I don't know if you guys do as well, but these are only it's literally from Man United, Arsenal, and then a couple of others. So Varane fouled on Wilson from this weekend.
Okay.
Sancho fouled in the box. Ronaldo goal disallowed. I would say controversial.
That's not
in some ways.
Okay.
Arsenal's penalties. The Arsenal penalty decision. The no red for Gabriel decision, the no red for Thiago decision from yesterday, Klopp being sent off, Foden's goal being disallowed, Rashford handball from last week, Gabriel's handball, Antonio's handball. Any others?
Yes, Kyle Walker-Peters for Southampton. I'll get onto that.
I've got Thiago Silva handball against Crystal Palace. I've got Cornet against Chelsea.
We're not just talking about this weekend.
No, we're fully just loading up our pet peeves of the season. Cornet against Chelsea, Cucurella getting his hair pulled against Spurs, and then I've just got Arsenal v Liverpool. I've just highlighted that, and I've got Arsenal v Leeds. I've highlighted that. I didn't put Man United Arsenal down because I just thought, it's been so long.
Was there any decisions in that were quite controversial?
The Odegaard one is the only one which people argue, and people were very 50-50 on it. But when you think of the grand scheme, with our goal that got ruled out, and I think in the grand scheme of refereeing decisions, that's one which isn't really VAR's problem, because clearly it's not clear and obvious because no one's really made their mind up on it. But if anything, that proves that the goal should have stood because it wasn't clear and obvious. But I won't get into that. But there's been worse decisions, basically. There's so many bad ones.
There's been a lot of controversial decisions over the past couple of weeks, and we're only 8 weeks into the season?
No, game week 10, lads. Game week 10.
But literally, we are kind of about 8 weeks. There's been midweeks. Yeah. So maybe 8, 9.
Fair enough.
So, if we're missing any more, feel free to leave them in comments or whatever. But there's been a lot. Where do we start?
One from this weekend in particular, I just touched on it, Kyle Walker-Peters. Are you aware of this? What happened with Kyle Walker-Peters?
No.
So Southampton drew to West Ham 1-1. It was at Southampton's ground. They were at home. And so for Southampton scored the opener for the first goal. The Sky Sports highlight, the commentators don't talk about it, but the camera clearly cuts to Kyle Walker-Peters. He takes the throw in and he's literally like 2 steps onto the pitch when he's taking the throw in. He takes the throw in, Southampton build up, they score. A decent goal, right? Okay. Before West Ham go on to equalise, Southampton nearly doubled their lead by Kyle Walker-Peters literally doing the same thing. He literally steps onto the pitch, takes the throw in, Southampton nearly score again, and it just wasn't even picked up or whatsoever.
Bloody
and West Ham have to draw again.
Can we just, whether or not the referee's got it wrong or right, how's Kyle Walker-Peters not taking a throw-in properly?
Yeah.
It's one of the worst crimes in football. It's like not taking a corner properly. It's like, look, stand on the line, head, arms back, over. That's all you need to do.
It's classic Sunday league.
So simple. Like,
classic Sunday
I'll be honest, in my first ever game of football, of Sunday League, I did foul throw.
Everyone's done it.
It's because you'd never done it before, you panic, I had 1 foot on the pitch, and I had 1 foot off the ground. I launched it, but like...
Did the old jump, yeah. I mean, everyone's done it in Sunday League.
Yeah.
And it's embarrassing, but Cole Beaters should probably...
But the point is, it's embarrassing at Sunday League level.
I know. But he's not embarrassed. He wants to score. He knows what he's doing.
He's like, how's the referee not spotting that?
We need consistency. Just like Bernardo Silva said.
Well, no, if anything we do, because we've got so many consistent mistakes here.
Right.
Like,
we need
consistent success.
We need inconsistency in terms of mistakes. We need consistency in terms of how they officiate games. With Liverpool Man City this weekend, I don't know if you heard, but the referee went into the game with the intention of letting fouls go.
I think he did
letting
that.
Light fouls go, and then Peppers kicked off when their goal got disallowed when Haaland's pulled down Fabinho. I think that's a foul. I think I don't think the goal should have been given.
I have one thing to talk about on the goal, which is that when I first saw they were going to VAR, I thought instantly they're going, because Liverpool players were complaining, but they weren't complaining about the foul which it was given for. They were complaining about Alisson having 2 hands on the ball, which I think he did. I thought, as soon as I saw the replay, I said, that's not a goal, he's got 2 hands on the ball. You can't give it.
Haaland gets the ball first.
No, he doesn't. Haaland does not get the ball. He has 2 hands. There is, whether it's a split second or not, he has 2 hands on the ball before Haaland gets there. I don't think Haaland touches the ball. I think Haaland touches his hand. I think Haaland's got 2 hands on the ball. But here's the thing. If you go back to the actual foul, I don't remember that foul in the passage of play.
No.
It feels like you're going too far back, and then is that destroying the game itself? And if you're letting fouls go in the game,
but come back to if in any circumstance in that game that is a foul. He's yanked his shirt down and he's on the floor.
You say that, but how many times was Salah brought down in the corner and the ref played on? I mean, you remember the one with Bernardo Silva in the corner, which caused Klopp's red card? I looked at it and I was like, what the hell is the ref doing? But if City went on to score, he would have then pulled it back, which is so stupid.
Mm-hmm. Also, you say though it was kind of too early on in the passage of play to really affect the goal. It's literally what happened with Cole Peters. He throws it in. Southampton play it, a string of 10 passes and then score, but it's come from him cheating.
Then the issue isn't VAR. The issue is just officiate things as they happen.
But shouldn't the VAR should be
because here's the thing: we love football, and look, we love football, and we love it when refs let things go. But isn't it a little bit unfair for them to go into fixtures saying we'll let things go?
Yes.
Because then that's not officiating games equally.
Here's the question though: is it a case of VAR or refereeing?
I think that's a case of. I think.
Why do we talk about referees and VAR as a separate entity?
No, VAR is not separate. VAR is a machine, but what is it done by? Referees.
Yeah, exactly.
It's refereeing. They are humans. They are responsible. Don't blame it on a bloody computer. You're idiots.
VAR is literally the tool that referees use.
I reckon if fans use VAR, I reckon it'd be much more successful. I think we know more about the game than they do.
How many changes actually does VAR need to make to become successful?
It needs to become independent. I think as soon as you retire as a referee, you are not allowed in the VAR room.
Mm-hmm.
You do not put employed referees. You put people in VAR who are trained for VAR and only VAR.
Okay, but
VAR specialists.
Yeah, but doesn't a VAR specialist need to be someone who knows how to officiate the game properly?
Yes.
And who knows best how to officiate the game properly?
If you change... I don't know if referees do know how to
I know, but out of anyone else, they're not going to stick Isaac Dodson in the VAR.
No, but my point is, get people who are trained specifically for VAR and monitoring the game, and not the buddies who are the ex-employees of these people, because it's a special group. They all know each other, and they don't want to bring their employees down like, oh, maybe your decision was right. Shut the hell up, do your job.
Time has moved on. They need to train.
Look,
referees.
I'll be honest. I hate all the referees. And I think they're all idiots. And I'll be honest. I think I could do a better job than all of them. Just don't put me on the Arsenal games or Tottenham games, and I'll probably get decisions right. I think they're all blatantly. And I will let that word go on. Okay, fine. Cut it. I think they are just idiots. They're all bloody stupid. And if I had it my way, they'd all be sacked in the morning. And you know what? VAR is a good thing, because people don't want it to be all automated. I think it should. I'd rather a billion robots referee a game. Because you know what? They'll be consistent.
Right, so
I'm done.
It leads us on to the next question of: do we need new referee training?
Yes. We do. Yeah. That is the one clear answer from that rant. It's not that we need. I disagree with you that we need specifically trained people for VAR, because those people don't know as much about the game as referees do.
How do you know they don't exist? I've made them up. It's a new thing. Let things change. Let things happen.
Is it like the AI robots? In the Brazil World Cup, Have you watched that? Have you seen that video?
Yeah,
and all the players are robots.
Yeah.
They literally just.
It's not like that because they're not playing the bloody game. They'll just be on the pitch. Joe, what would be great? Have a robot which isn't even on the pitch. It's just watching, and then like the screen will go up and go, "Mate, you kicked him." that way the referee doesn't get in the way of play.
Siri just goes.
You know how I'm
Someone shouts Siri on the pitch, and it's just
Siri, did he kick him?
Yeah. So just show what. I just don't want. I just hate referees. I just hate them all. I think they're all idiots, and I hate just. Even like no matter the competition, no matter if it's in Europe, if it's an international game, I just don't trust them. I think referees are just the lowest of the low. I think they are just awful people. I hate all referees. Whether it's my game or not, I think they make consistent mistakes. And no matter what job you have, if you make a consistent mistake, you're sacked. If we end up in our careers and we make consistent blunders on TV, we would get sacked. Like.
Can I caveat that and say, to be fair, whilst they piss me off, the referees, I actually think it's one of the hardest jobs in the world. And I actually think,
if anything, that's why robots should be brought in. If it's so hard, let the computers take charge.
Let's quickly say the opinions of the footballing question as a whole do not stem directly from Isaac and what Isaac is saying.
No,
this is Isaac's opinion. Isaac just hates referees.
I just hate them all.
So after that interesting discussion that we had, let's move on to our debate. Today we are talking about the best player in the world on their day right now. So just to clarify, we're not talking about Messi, Ronaldo, Haaland, Neymar, those sort of players, because they're top 10 players in the world. We can't go for those players. I'm talking about someone who is on their day amongst that top 10 in the world list. Not consistently, I guess. On their day, they could be considered in the top 10 in the world. And judging by that reaction, I'm assuming you've gone for someone that's gone...
Is Neymar in the top 10? Yeah, okay, Neymar's in the top 10. Is Lewandowski in the top 10?
Yes.
Right, is Modric in the top 10?
He's won a Ballon d'Or.
Would you say Modric is...
He's won a Ballon d'Or.
He's won a Ballon d'Or.
It's alright, I've got someone, it's fine.
You've got someone?
Just has to scratch off my list, but it's fine.
Shall I go first to set the standard? I've gone for Bernardo Silva.
Dead.
Not top 10 in the world in terms of every game. An amazing player, but on his day, he is definitely up there. He is world class, and I'm not afraid to admit that, because he is. He's just an unbelievable player, really, isn't he? Like, I think if you don't rate Bernardo Silva in any way, you're waffling.
I do
actually believe that.
I mean,
the way he commands the pitch, really. When he's on the pitch, he sticks out like a sore thumb, I think.
It's a terrific signing. He was part of that Monaco side, wasn't he? With Mbappe that won League One, and he's a really, really brilliantly technical player.
In general, he's not. When you say Manchester City star players, he's not the first name that comes to your head, but arguably he should be.
I think he's fantastic. I mean, I can compare him to Arsenal purely because we play the same way. He very much plays the kind of Odegaard role, kind of the way he plays, and the way he floats around the pitch, the way he's just like, people talk about KDB, like
KDB's not as like agile and
but obviously much better ball on him. Like KDB's stupid, but Bernardo's not far off him. I don't think Bernardo's a severely underrated player because he plays in the same team as De Bruyne.
Yeah,
if not, he could. If De Bruyne left, it would hit them a little bit. Mm-hmm. But with Bernardo Silva, I think they'd still challenge and probably still win the league. Bernardo Silva's phenomenal. I've rated him ever since he came to City.
Absolutely.
And there is a reason for it in that I've seen him score twice at the Emirates in 3-0 and 2-0 losses. Yeah, you see him score?
Yeah,
I've seen him play at top corner twice. But I know he's a phenomenal player.
But yeah, I mean, you've basically done my argument for me.
I do it every week.
So my player is Bernardo Silva. Ashley, do you want to go next?
Yeah, well, I'm between two, but I'm going to have to stick with one because I'm not going to do an Isaac. I've just got to decide in these split nanoseconds what I'm going to go for, and that is going to be Jude Bellingham. No, it's not. It's going to be Toni Kroos. Toni Kroos, he's an absolute baller. All right, he's won multiple Champions League with Real Madrid. He's 32. He's not in the top 10 players in the world, and he's highly underrated. I think he's been in Modric's shadow for a while now, and I think he's terrific. He still carries that Real Madrid team. They won against Barcelona on the weekend, if you didn't know, lads, in the El Clasico.
Yeah.
Real Madrid are now top of the league. Xavi under a lot of pressure, but that's a different discussion now. Up the Barca. But anyway, Toni Kroos, I think on his day is phenomenal. He's won. It must be 4 Champions Leagues. He won it with Bayern. He's won the recent one with Real Madrid. Did he win it with Bayern?
Yeah,
I think he did.
I think he
did.
He would have been. No, yeah, he was.
And then he transferred. Yeah, I think he's just a criminally underrated player. And yeah, Toni Kroos is mine.
Okay, I'll be honest, like Ashley, I've had to make some last minute changes. When I heard the original claim of on their day, I thought it was just someone who's okay, and then on their day, balls out like crazy. And I also didn't take into account that it was current football, so I listed like Jack Wilshere and Theo Walcott in there, which I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, but like he's not it on his day was 5 years ago now. Like he's not playing like that now. He couldn't play a performance like that.
Jack Wilshere, actually, I've been having words with Gareth. He might still go to the World Cup.
I'd love him to, but no, basically
you made the call.
You did make the call. You did make the call.
He's been in contact.
Obviously, I've had to think who not only are they bang average, but they've got to be okay at least, and then get it before, and then be world class on their day, but they're already decent. And there is one person who is perfect for this argument, but I dislike them so much, and I think they're overrated to the point by Man United fans, and that person's Paul Pogba, and I'm not going for them. I've changed my mind last minute because you've gone Kroos, who is already rated amazingly. This person probably isn't in the top 10, but oh my god, on their day they are unbelievable. I'm going for Kimmich.
Okay.
On his day, versatile, DM, right back. He's good going forward, fantastic at the back. He's literally Philipp Lahm reincarnated in that he literally plays in the exact same positions and plays for Bayern. I think he's perfect. I think he's one of the best midfielders in the world. I think he's one of the best defenders in the world, and he isn't in conversations enough.
On his day, though, is he better than Toni Kroos?
I
think they're different players. Different players.
I'd argue Kimmich is in the top 10.
I don't think Kimmich is, and he's not mentioned.
I think Kroos could be argued, to be fair. So I think we've both gone a little bit too high.
I've gone Kimmich because he's gone Kroos. If I wasn't going to go Kimmich, I'd go Pogba. And I'm not going to lie, when I was walking to the studio today, I was considering saying the man on the back of my shirt, because on his day, I'm sorry, but Danny Welbeck's unbeatable. And another name I was considering was Olivier Giroud.
We need to debate now. So we've got Bernardo Silva, we've got Toni Kroos, and we've got Joshua Kimmich. I would say that Kimmich is top 10 players in the world right now. So therefore,
I've only gone Kimmich because he's gone Kroos. I think Kroos is rated higher than Kimmich.
I think he is as well.
He is, and I've only gone Kimmich because of him.
Hang on, let's get, right. You keep on talking.
Right, shall we? Let's just go through.
There's no official list.
Right. I mean, yeah, there's not going to be an official list of top 10
also,
players of all time. It is a matter of opinion, right? I think mine's lower than both of yours.
I think he is. I think he's plays for City. You think he's underrated. I've rated Bernardo. We've both rated Bernardo Silva. Not
this
underrated.
Isn't about underrated.
No, but in terms of underrated, like, I think he's not far off the 10 best players. I think he's a baller.
I think Kimmich and Kroos is higher than.
I think they're floating around the same bubble.
I think the debate has shifted. It's not about who's the best player on their day,
and now it's about
who's the better player.
Who's in the top 10?
Who's in the top 10? And that's this is why I think it would have been better if we talked about the Danny Welbecks of this world.
No, also I think that in terms of on their day, I think every game is on their day for Kimmich. And I think every game.
I think Bernardo Silva's on their day every week. Almost every week. I think Bernardo Silva's incredible footballer.
I disagree.
He's
an incredible footballer.
I think he's
But I wouldn't say he's on his day every week like Kimmich and Kroos.
I think there's not a team in the world who isn't improved by Bernardo Silva in their team every week.
What? And you'd say that you wouldn't say the same for Kimmich and Kroos?
Yeah.
You would.
Okay, no, but my point. No, my point is every game. No. I'm sorry, but players have bad games.
Yeah.
Bernardo Silva, when does he have an absolute stinker?
Yeah, Kimmich or Kroos?
Sorry, Kroos and Kimmich have won Champions Leagues. This guy, he's had some decent games, but he's never gone that far in the Champions League.
Sergio Aguero hasn't won the Champions League. He was probably top 7 at some point.
Yeah, but
I've absolutely done him there.
No, but I cannot believe. Surely you're not going to go, Bernardo Silva's not there when you've gone Kimmich.
Yeah, but I've only gone Kimmich because of this debate. I've only gone Kimmich because I've had to change Kimmich 5 times. In fact, Kimmich isn't even my answer. I've had to change my answer 5 times
Who's your answer
because of this debate. Do you know what? I refuse to put an answer in. I'm rejecting the debate. I quit.
Well, off you go then.
No, I quit this debate. I'm so against this debate. I'm refusing an answer. I can't wait to do my debate next time.
We need to win the debate. We need to have a debate.
I'm letting these two win.
Right, okay.
Kimmich is NA. He's assigned to no one. He's a blank answer. You can debate with Kimmich on your own.
I think Kimmich is not the best on their day player because I think
because Kroos is better than him.
What?
Kroos is better.
What's the point? What's the point?
What are you arguing for?
No, I don't get
you're
it.
out.
What's the point in on their day debate if it's now just become not on their day and now it's a better player? This is why it'd been better if we just debated.
I'm saying that. I'm talking about on his day. On his day, Toni Kroos wins Champions Leagues. He wins La Ligas. He carries arguably the best team that has ever been made. All right, Toni Kroos wins. I'm not having any other answer.
But I would argue that Bernardo Silva on his day is better than Toni Kroos.
What, on his day when he won those Champions Leagues? Because he didn't, and Toni Kroos did.
No, but just in terms of just everything, I think players stand out more than Toni Kroos, and I think on his day Bernardo Silva stands out like a sore thumb.
But it's not about whether they stand out or not. It's about on his day how good they are. Who is the best player? Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, okay, right. So
on his day,
Joey Button walks onto the pitch. On his day, he goes and punches the referee. He's going to stand out. He's not better than Toni Kroos, is he? Toni Kroos on his day is the best player out of these 3 seconds.
Shall we call this null and void?
No, I'm having the win.
No, because I'm having the win. Because Bernardo Silva on his day.
Notice how when he's the host, he's demanding that he wins.
This is not
No,
he's like, guys, there's no way my argument's not winning. We're like, then 2 people disagree with him, which means you lose. And he goes,
come back in it then, mate. Come back in.
No, I'll go back in just so he loses this week.
Can I just say that a couple of weeks ago, I'm pretty sure I put an argument out, and someone, whoever the host was, went, shall we just end it? And I was like, no.
That was me.
Let's argue about this.
Yeah.
And so we argued about it, and then
you won.
Yeah.
That was right. So we're going to keep on arguing about it.
He wants me to lose.
No, because you annoyed me.
This isn't about.
I don't like this debate. I hate this debate.
But like, this isn't about the question anymore. I think this is because he wants me to lose because he doesn't like.
I think this debate is so ambiguous that it's no longer a debate anymore.
Hold on. Sit down a minute because we're forgetting something. Jordan's fact of the week. Right. Jordan's fact of the week. Hopefully this cheers you up a little bit, Isaac, because you've had a bit of an annoyed.
Charles, thing is, I was really in a good mood because I got a rant out, and then you brought you pull me back in. This
episode has been an absolute mess. Jordan's fact of the week this week. So let's just get on with it. Did you know Aberdeen Stadium, the Pittodrie, however you say it, is Gaelic, which loosely translates to shit heap. That is Jordan's fact of the week this week. This is a mess of an episode. Yeah, that's Jordan's fact of the week this week. Aberdeen Stadium.
That's your best fact.
Aberdeen Stadium is called shit heap. It is time for the quiz. Isaac against Ashley once again. It's been a controversial episode. It's been an interesting episode.
Bang.
Okay.
Joe, what? At the end of the day,
take Bang.
You clearly care more about Bang than anything else. Last week, he got
I had to check.
He got Bang very rare, but your hissy fit. I've watched that back twice now, and it's just like, Joe, what? Have your little diva tantrum.
So
get Bang, Joe. What? Are you mad? No, but you need Bang more than me.
We're starting off already. So this week, this quiz. Sure, it's got pretty much nothing to do with the entire episode, but this is a throwback quiz, not because that's the theme of the quiz, because we've already done this theme of quiz before.
To be fair, it was going to happen eventually.
This is Arsenal Quiz 2.
I thought you might do that.
Arsenal Quiz 2. The final, I just checked it, that's what I was checking over there. The final score last time was 6-4 to Isaac.
That's not...
So,
to be fair, we both know. No, we don't. We really don't. It's a bit awkward. Do you know what I mean? No, save it for the end. No, save it for the end. Do you know what I mean? No, because I went in and was like, I don't want to handshake you every point. Do you know what I mean?
I hope this is
fair play. Like,
I would hope this is a little bit of a step up from last time.
I'm assuming you've tried to
make
not repeat any questions.
This one, that means every single question was answered.
Yeah.
With an answer.
Yeah.
Oh my god. How good we used to be good at this. We used to be so good.
So, I'm also setting some stipulations for this quiz. I'm fully in charge. If I say you get more than 1 point for the question, you get more than 1 point for the question. If I say you get points taken away, you get points taken away.
So no.
So what I'm saying is, first rule, if you make an excuse after a question, you get a point taken away. You get a point taken away. Hello, what do you want?
Are we not allowed to? So no talking over you, sir?
No. I'm just saying,
Joel,
my first stipulation...
I'm gonna be a good boy today.
I'm sick of the excuses. I'm sick of it. So, if there's an excuse in this quiz, you get a point taken away. Mostly that's aimed at you, but...
I mean, realistically, mostly,
but
it's aimed at me.
I don't care, and I don't want any arguing about, oh, that was an excuse.
Wait, Joel, what?
That's it.
How many points are going to be taken away? Because if I'm, say, 5 points clear of the final question, I'll make an excuse for no reason.
I'm not going to say.
No, okay, then I'm not risking it.
So...
Because I know you happily give, drop me to 0.
Exactly. So, just be prepared. Be prepared. So we got bang and we got ding.
Bang, ding, simple.
First question. I would say nice and easy. Arsenal Football Club. What was their original name?
Ding, Dial Square.
Correct. 1-0 straight away. Anything to say?
My favourite colour is blue.
Do you have anything to say in
I know how weird
in
that
response?
is. I think I look good in blue. I look better in blue than red, I think. The only red things I own are Arsenal shirts, so yeah. I own blue shirts.
You look awful with them, do you?
Well, no, but it's Arsenal. You're never going to look bad in an Arsenal kit. Adidas, mate.
Interesting.
So.
We'll move straight on swiftly to question 2. And question 2 is...
I'm really stressing out.
Who was the last Arsenal player to gain a call-up in the England squad? We're talking first-time call-up here.
Bang. Ding! Oh, yes,
Bang.
first.
Aaron Ramsdale.
I think that's incorrect.
Ding, Emil Smith-Rowe.
I also think that's incorrect. I think Ben White got a call-up.
Ben White got called up into the Euros.
Ramsdale and Smith Rowe at the same time.
Ramsdale and Ben White were both in the Euro squad.
Yes, that's actually true.
It's Smith Rowe.
That is true.
How
It is
do I know
Smith Rowe.
more than the quiz master?
No, hold on, because I looked it up. And it said 2021
Oh, no.
Smith Rowe, 2021 Ben White.
It's not going to show.
And it's not going to show exactly.
Yes, because Henson got injured.
Yeah.
He was the emergency goalkeeper.
He
Ben
was, yeah.
White and Ramsdale.
In the Euros,
Ramsdale was in the Euro squad.
he wasn't playing for us.
He was in the Euro. No, but
he got
Was
called
it
up.
Arsenal?
no, but like still,
Arsenal
out of
player.
Arsenal England players,
Yeah.
he'd been called up before he played for Arsenal.
Fair enough.
So
So at the end of the day,
That was fair.
I'm sorry, but
I'm giving you the point purely because I had 2021 Ben White and 2021 Smith Rowe.
I mean,
So
it's hard with the years, yeah, you're doing a good job.
next question. Who was the Arsenal captain between 2012 and 2014?
Ding, Thomas Vermaelen.
Correct.
He's doing it.
It's quite embarrassing for you, to be
I might
honest.
change my approach. 'Cause it turns out if I really monitor my well-being, I end up doing better.
You've just
Can't,
noticed that.
just calm down.
Every
think-
time you've lost to me, it's because you've.
It's because I've lost it halfway and gone, you've said Ben Arthur. Why? My hair's gone crazy now.
So, it is currently 3-0 after 3 questions. You've got a lot of work to do.
Go on, mate.
Don't.
You have a lot.
No, I don't.
What was that? No, I'm joking. On to question 4.
Oh, God.
How many Premier League goals did Shamak get for Arsenal?
Closest or exact?
Exact, because I don't want you to go one above or below.
I
Bang!
mean, it's not a lot.
Yes.
14.
Incorrect.
Ding. 7.
You're actually closer, to be fair. It's not bang on. It's 8.
I mean, I knew it was a lot. He scored in like 7 games. I know he scored one against. The only one I remember, he scored against Tottenham when we lost to them in the 3-2.
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
I had him on the back of my shirt when I was like,
Oh,
only because I love him.
was that by choice?
Yeah, because
Your
I,
choice.
because,
I love that.
because I loved him in career mode.
I love
You
that.
loved him in career mode. You saw the spiky hair, and you're like,
You know
"That's
what?
my striker."
I like that.
Give me a point.
So, I'm giving you a point, but I'm giving you half a point for getting closest. So it's 3.5 to 1.
Well, I don't really agree.
Hold on, I'm storming out.
No, sit down. Sit down.
Actually, I do agree with that. I'm closer to Isaac now.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
I'm not. I will edit this episode to make it awful.
Okay.
Break it out to
Point 0.5 points for Ashley because I like his shirt.
We've got neither correct. Neither of us got the correct answer.
No,
one should be receiving
I said before the episode started, if I want to give a point, I'm going to give a point.
This is a dictatorship.
So I'm giving 0.5 points because I like the fact that he had Shamak on the back of his shirt. Deal with.
I also had Santos.
No, I'm not giving that. You know what? I'm taking that away purely because.
No.
We're back to 3-0.
Are you joking?
We're back to 3-0.
You've got that taste.
Wow, you're back to 3-0 purely because you tried to get extra points.
Santos wasn't my choice.
You tried to get extra points out of me.
He's really licking your ass.
Santos.
I am.
You see, this makes the quiz.
I'm doing it because I'm under threat right now. You're doing it to be like. Oh.
This makes the quiz so much better. Next question. How many people have featured for both Arsenal and Manchester United? Now I'm counting players and if they've managed and played with both clubs. If they've managed a club and played with the other or whatever, I'm counting that as well. So okay.
It's probably more than you think.
Gonna need an answer.
Generally, there's like 2 I can think of.
If I can think of more. Can it be who can think of more?
No.
No.
That's dumb.
No.
It's going to be a gap. I bet there's so many ones that are like insignificant.
Probably.
That are like youth players that have played one game for both.
Anyone want to hazard a guess?
Ding 12.
Incorrect.
Are we talking Premier League all the time?
I think it's all time, yeah.
Realistic. I think because he said managers.
Yeah.
Since the Premier League era, we haven't swapped managers.
All time. Bang. So 10.
Incorrect.
Is
The answer
is it higher?
is 7.
Oh,
It's only 7.
I could, the ones I knew.
The bonus question. I'm giving out points for this. Can you name any of them?
Bang!
What? Jesus Christ! Right, right. I'm going to do it in Ashley style question of name them. I'll give points away, just throwing out points.
Bang, Danny Welbeck. Ding!
Go.
Sylvester. Bang, Sanchez. That's so unfair!
What did you say? Who did you
I
say?
said Sylvestra.
Okay, yeah, fine.
I
Yeah.
get Danny Welbeck.
Yeah.
Bang, Sanchez. No, but you didn't bang before. You just kept talking.
Right. No. Right. Let's stop this. The bonus question is: can you name them? No. I'm not giving any points away for this. I want just give me the answers to the questions.
Sanchez, Danny Welbeck.
Sanchez,
Van
and Danny
Persie.
Welbeck. Van Persie is also one.
Sylvestra.
Sylvestra. Any others you want to name?
I'm not getting any points for that.
I'm not giving away any points because that was an absolute.
When you started, you just kept naming them.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
didn't do a bang for each one.
Exactly.
You don't know the rules.
So let's calm down. Yeah.
You know what? The one day I don't do excuses, it's actually the one time where I think they're actually necessary.
Right. So who have we named so far? We've got Danny Welbeck, Van Persie, Sanchez, Sylvestra. Anyone else want to give any more
You
names?
mentioned managers. I'm intrigued because I'm guessing that must be out of the realms of our knowledge because I mean it's pre-Graham, like 70s, 50s.
Let me name some of them. We have Brian Kidd, Andy Cole, David Platt,
Platt.
and the one that managed one of us and played with one of us, George Graham.
Did you ever play for Man United?
He did play for Man
That's
United.
something we should have known.
I literally said his name a minute ago. Did he?
George Graham played for Man United.
What's the score?
It's still 3-0
I did not.
because I'm not giving any points away for
I
that.
thought George Graham was. I generally thought George Graham was like 90% of his career at Arsenal and he played for like Derby or something like that, or Scotland, or something in Scotland.
He played for Manchester United.
Like a year.
I don't know exactly how long,
He's
but
an Arsenal,
there you go. The score is still 3-0. I thought me sorting out this quiz and giving away points and taking away points would help. Just like
Fun experience.
Just like this entire episode, the quiz has been an absolute mess as well. The score is 3-0 after 5 questions. Let's go on to the next question swiftly. Question 6, nice and easy, I think this one. What team did Arsenal face in Arsene Wenger's first game in charge?
Bang!
That's a bang.
I'll be honest, I forgot what I'm going to
Joe, what?
Quick.
I definitely knew it, but I've forgotten it.
It's not Southampton. So pass it over.
I'm pretty sure they play in blue and white, and I've got 3 in my head. Blackburn.
Correct.
Yes. In my head, I was
Correct.
like Blackburn, Wigan, Reading. I remember it's blue, and I remember Ian Wright scored our first goal.
This is-
2-0.
I remember who I'm scoring.
This is.
You remember?
I
Brady's book. Back it up to, yeah.
The bonus question, what was the score and who were the scorers?
Spain 2-0. I said it.
You did say it.
I've already said it.
So-
I didn't expect there to be a bonus question. And
But,
it's unfair if it's been said.
Yeah.
In fact, it's unfair to give me the point because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't even know it was a bonus question.
Do you want to repeat for the people?
It was 2-0 and Ian Wright scored both goals.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. There you go.
And it was away from home.
It was, yeah. It was.
I knew that.
Next question. The score is 4-0. And we have
I'll tell Pedro.
4 questions left. We have 4 questions left. So, oh my god, what a mess of an episode.
Do this.
You can if you get every question right without him getting in.
I'm taking off the Barca shirt. It's going to be scarf.
Shirt, scarf.
Wait.
Next question. How many times did Arsenal finish second in the league under Wenger? Who's going to get there first?
Bang.
Yes.
4.
Incorrect.
Ding 5.
Incorrect.
Is it 6?
It's 6.
Thing is,
It's 6.
We must have done it a few times against. The thing is, it was probably almost every year we didn't win the league with United,
Mm.
and then things like we did it in like 2. I think it's 9.
We did it quite late on.
I think in 2016.
Yeah, and a bit before that
I
as well.
think in 2008.
Yeah, Benitez era, yeah.
I think it's been right we did. But yeah, Benitez didn't win that day.
No, but in his era. You know, the
Yeah.
It was the 4-4 kind of time.
So
Just
it remains 4-0. But this next question is worth 2 points because I think it's quite a difficult question. It's worth 2 points.
I'm still in it.
So you could bump your score up to 6-0, or you could bring it back to 4-2. So
I feel like I'm playing that
Question
mode where
8.
Where like you get speed boost.
Question 8. Which 3 Scottish players have won Arsenal's Player of the Year award? I want 2 at least.
Ding, Charlie Nicholas.
Yes.
Ding, George Graham.
Incorrect. Player of the Year award. So we'll move it on.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know.
I mean, Kieran Tierney's not one. I mean, Ding Kieran Tierney, he hasn't.
No, he hasn't won Player of the Year.
I know he
No.
hasn't, but like, I'm just going to list the Scottish players I know.
So I'm passing it on. Just can take a guess. These are 60s and 70s. There's 2 others. There is 3 answers.
Oh, Ding, Liam Brady. No, Liam Brady's Irish. Damn it.
Also, I wasn't going to give it over because I've passed it over.
Oh, fair.
So
I'll be honest, I don't know.
just take a random guess of a Scottish player that might have played in the 60s or 70s.
I'm struggling to name the Scottish players.
Fully, the only ones you know are the ones I've named.
Yeah.
Charlie Nicholas and George Graham. Beyond that, my brain goes.
I'll
They're
go
all
with the
Irish.
70s player I know, Charlie George.
Incorrect.
Charlie George was English. We've met him.
So one of those was right. That's been thrown out
Charlie
there.
Nicholas.
Charlie Nicholas in 1984.
Bring him back on Soccer Saturday.
No, I'm not going to
Can
give.
you not give me 1 for that? So what, it's 2 or nothing?
Yeah,
I think that's.
I
Do you know
don't
what? I
care.
think that's respectfully fine.
No, I wouldn't say that's an excuse because he's not. No.
I'm
The other
respectfully
two.
disagreeing.
The other 2. Bob Wilson in 1971.
Bob Wilson was Scottish.
Yes, and Frank McLintock
Frank McLintock.
in 1967.
He's on the Monopoly.
Super Mac.
1967,
Oh,
he
my
won
God.
Arsenal's Player of the Year.
Genuinely, my mum would know that.
Let's move on because this quiz is taking way too long. Question 9. Who was the last Englishman to manage Arsenal?
Bang! I've got his
Yes.
name. Bruce Rioch.
No.
Is Rioch not? Oh, he must be Welsh or something.
What? No, that's not my. That's not what I've got here.
Ding,
It's obvious.
Terry Neal.
That's not who I've got here
It's
either.
obvious, isn't it?
Who?
No, it
George Graham Scottish.
Yeah.
I've got Steve Burtonshaw in 1986.
Check Bruce Rioch's nationality.
Huh?
Bruce Rioch.
Bruce Rioch.
I was pretty sure it would have been Bruce Rioch. I think Bruce
How do you
Rioch.
spell
He
that?
might be. He might not be English.
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 Scottish.
Oh.
Then he's probably Scottish.
He's born in
Born in
Aldershot.
Aldershot.
He's English.
That's definitely in England. I was there on the weekend.
I'll be honest. I assumed he was English.
Scotland World Cup.
Oh.
No.
Oh, he's played for Scotland. Okay, he's Scottish.
I-
Then he is right.
All right. Okay. It's fine. It's fine.
I did think it was English.
This is a mess.
I thought it was Bruce Rioch.
This is an absolute mess of a quiz. Oh my god. It's still 4-0. Right, last
That's
question.
the other Arsenal quiz. We've really made a downfall in getting things
Last
right, haven't we?
question. Last question.
No, but still.
Who are the 8 players with
looking.
over 500 all-time league appearances for Arsenal?
Can you repeat that, please?
Yeah.
Who are the 8 players with over 500 all-time league appearances for Arsenal?
Bang!
Yes.
Tony Adams.
Is one of them.
All 8.
Ray Parlour.
Or is it a point?
I am looking for all 8.
Oh, so let me keep going.
Yeah.
Tony Adams.
Yes.
Ray Parlour.
You
No.
can only name 8. You can't rattle off a list. Like just 8. What do you think the 8 is?
Why is Ray Parlour not on my list then?
Ray Parlour's on your list, mate.
Ray Parlour is not on my list.
He's got more appearances in the Premier League than Tony Adams.
Why is Ray Parlour not on my list that I found?
Cut this.
Oh my god, this is a mess of a
Ray
quiz.
Parlour's our top appearance maker in our club's history.
This is an absolute
So
mess.
You really messed up.
What's gone on here then?
Tony Adams retired in 2002. He only played.
What's going on here,
6
then?
years under
Yeah, I'll list off. I'll give you a point for naming Tony Adams.
Ray Parlour.
This is
Can
a
we say
mess.
7 and take off Ray Parlour? Like,
Okay,
Ray
yeah,
Parlour-
okay. Let's take.
Definitely, it has.
Let's just name some more.
Can I carry on?
Yeah, keep naming.
That's unfair.
No,
I get
just-
the first answer.
Just
No, but
keep
then I don't get to.
keep
That's just unfair.
keep naming.
Why?
Keep
Then
naming.
I
Tony
can't-
Adams.
Then I'm just illegally
Tony Adams
banned
is
out of
out
the quiz.
Lee Dixon.
Keep naming. Is one of them.
Nigel Winterburn.
Am I just not allowed
Is
to
one of
answer
them.
then?
David Seaman.
Is one of them.
This is.
That's a point off from you.
I've never.
So the score's 3-0. Yeah, David
How many
Seaman.
have I got?
You've got Tony Adams. You've got Lee Dixon, Nigel Winterburn, and David
How
Seaman.
many is that? Get off the sofa.
Oh my god,
Messy.
this is a
Messy.
mess.
That pissed me off.
He said the answer
You had a correct
first.
answer, but you didn't do enough research for it.
But
I should have been
what?
left to reel off my
Yeah, exactly. So this is not. We're keeping on going.
How many have I got?
You have got Tony Adams, Lee Dixon, Nigel Winterburn, and David Seaman.
3-1.
I'm sorry, but is there not a time limit?
I'm
Alright,
waiting for him to
alright,
name.
Fair enough. Sorry.
5 seconds.
Vieira.
No.
Do I get to keep going?
No, we're ending it there.
Alright.
So the players I've got,
I'm not
right?
asking a question.
David O'Leary made 722 appearances. Tony Adams, 669 appearances. George Armstrong, 607. Lee Dixon, 618. Nigel Winterburn, 584. I didn't say it, I said all-time league appearances for Arsenal. Nigel Winterburn, 584. David Seaman, 564. Pat Rice, 528. And Peter Storey, 501.
I would argue, I don't, not to dispute the question, but I'm 100% sure Ray Parlour is on that list. He is our top Premier League appearance maker.
And any more questions?
That's it. I do have a bonus question, but this is...
Which player have I missed on the list?
Oh, would you look at that? Ray Parlour made 466 appearances for Arsenal, meaning he didn't make over 500.
He should. Jeremy, I don't know how he's not in there.
The final score is
That's
2-1.
just a funny
2-1. With a bonus question, how many goals have Arsenal scored in Premier League history?
Ding, 1,890.
Incorrect.
Can I do some? Give me a minute.
Go on, go and think about it. Quickly now. If you get it bang on the dot, I'll give you a point and it will end in a draw. Bang on the dot.
Oh God.
I've never disliked an episode more. I'm never going to rewatch this. I'm never going to re-listen this out of spite and out of morals.
Can I get an answer, please?
All right, 1,640.
Incorrect.
It's more than what I said,
It's
isn't it?
2041.
I thought we hadn't hit 2000 yet because I thought there was a big deal that Liverpool were like the first to reach 2000 or something.
You've won.
I'm not shaking anyone's hand. I disagree with the practice of this episode, and I am going to get a therapist after this.
So the final score is, I've deemed the final score to be 2-1 to Isaac. After an absolute mess of an episode.
Next time I write a quiz, best believe none of the answers are going to be right, but they're just what I say is right. It's going to be subjective answers.
The episode's not over. I can still whack the score down. So the final score is 2-1 to Isaac. What an absolute mess of an episode. We hope you've enjoyed
what we have of an episode, and yeah, we'll see you next week for a very big episode in a bit.
Remember to follow us on all of our socials. We are The Footballing Question on YouTube and Spotify, as well as TFQ_podcast on Twitter.
On Facebook, we are The Footballing Question, and on TikTok, we are TFQ Podcast.
And Instagram, TFQ Podcast.